الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فلا يزودنك أنعاما لا يؤمن بها واتبع هواه فتردى وما تلك بيمينك يا موسى قال هي عصاي أتوكأ عليها وأعوش بها على غنمي ولي بها مآرب أخرى قال ألقها يا موسى فألقاها فإذا هي حية تسعى قال خذها ولا تخف سنعيدها سيرتها الأولى واضمم يدك إلى جناحك تخرج بيضاء من غير سوء آية أخرى لنريك من آياتنا الكبرى اذهب إلى فرعون إنه طغى قال رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي واجعل لي وزيرا من أهلي هارون أخي اشدد به أزري وأدركه في أمري كي نسبحك كثيرا ونذكرك كثيرا إنك كنت بنا بشيرا قال قد أوتيت سؤلك يا موسى.
In line with the directive of the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, to further reduce crime rate within our society, prompted police campaign against cultism and other vices, Pocacov, led by the National Coordinator Assistant Commissioner of Police, Olabisi Okuwobi, held his Ramadan lecture on Tuesday, March 25, 2025, at Ejigbo Local Council Development Area of Lagos State. Following the spirit of Ramadan, the motive behind the lecture aims to further strengthen togetherness, unity and advocacy against crime reduction from peer groups with the theme, the consequences of people's actions and the impacts they have in life and hereafter.
To tell the youth that crime and criminality does not pay. They need to change their ways. If you are members of a cult group, if you are so much into drug addiction, we should know that this can bring about, can lead you to more criminal tendencies, like crime of robbery, rape, and all what have you. So you should change your ways. If you are with this lecture, I want to believe many of them that are here must have the lecture must have impacted in them positively, and I'm very sure majority of them will change. I want to believe that we have our youth here who are in majority when it comes to commission of crime and criminalities, and we have the parents here as well who are there to see that we need to kind of bring up our children in a good manner. This gathering is a way of sensitizing the children, our youth, in order for them to know that there's a way we can change from crime and criminality to being a better person.
The event featured several dignitaries from government agencies, namely National Orientation Agency, senior police officers, Lagos Neighborhood Safety Corps, detectives from Eagle Crime Awareness and Prevention Initiative, youth across all walks of life, captains of industries including Chairman Ejigbo Local Council Development Area, and several Muslim scholars to mention but few.
Má sì gbọ́ inú bàbá ń dùn sí ọlọ́pàá ń gbogbo ògbà àmọ́ ìlú wa dùn jù.
Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yẹn máa fẹ́ sáré wá lọ́mọ sọ ọlọ́pàá ni iṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá báwo iṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá kọ́ ẹ̀ àlẹ́ ní mi dùn jù sẹ́yìn nígbà tí àfa ìgbà Mukebiri so to kakwani. Ah, Musa is afa to ka o amele. Ara mi sin gbe báyìí pé nínú ọlọ́pàá.
Pẹ̀lú yúnífọ́ọ̀mù.
Lọ́wọ́. Ní Pocacov látọ̀dọ̀ IGP lọ́hùn. Kárí gbogbo àwọn coordinators ní state káàkiri tẹ wà fẹ́tò yìí tó fi ń ṣèṣe Ọlọ́run ní dojú àdúrà tì í. Torí tá a bá wo tẹ gbé lọ́wọ́ yìí pátì kan ló jẹ́ inú tí Islam wá sí láyé hifsudini mo là ṣe fẹ́ sọ ẹ̀sìn.
Ó kọ ẹ̀sìn wa tí òfin ní bàjẹ́ Islam ló kọ báwo láti wá sọ Islam yẹn tí òfin ní bàjẹ́ mọ́ wa lára.
Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì hifsun nafsi.
Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì ẹ̀mí wa tí ń jẹ́ ọkọ̀ wa gangan fúnra wa báwo làwọn náà ṣe fẹ́ protect ẹ̀.
Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹta hifsul akil.
Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹta brain yẹn tó ń lò báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ protect ẹ̀ tí ò ní jásí pé ìmúkúmu ló fi dàrú.
Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹrin hifsun nasabi.
Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹrin òun náà ni family lè mú wa báwo la ti ní dàrú tí ò ní jásí pé ọwọ́ wa pé ọmọ bàbá tí ń gúngbègún bẹ̀nu ni.
Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀karùn hifsul ẹ̀rẹ̀dẹ̀.
Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀karùn òun náà ni tá à ń pè ní ìjọmọlúàbí gángan tó jẹ́ okọ̀ ara rẹ̀ fúnra rẹ̀ tó fi ní bàjẹ́.
Èyí tó wá gbẹ̀yìn ẹ̀ tí ṣe kẹfà ni hifsul mal.
Òun náà nìkan tó ní dúkìá rẹ̀ báwo ló sì fẹ́ protect ẹ̀.
Lẹ́ni ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nbí málù láti afẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ kò wọ́ọ̀rì bí ẹ̀sìn bá bàjẹ́ kò wọ́ọ̀rì bẹ́ẹ̀ mìíràn bá bàjẹ́ kò wọ́ọ̀rì bí làákàyè bá bàjẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ bí bá bàjẹ́ mọ́mọ́láàbí bá sóhun tá ti lówó bọ́ bá lówó náà tí márùn-ún yẹn bá bàjẹ́ ó lè lò gbèsè ayé tó dáa.
Ìlànà bàbá ńlẹ̀ Yorùbá pé ọmọ tá a kọ́ ní ọ̀padà kó gbogbo ilé tá a kó yóò padà kó tà.
The guest lecturer Abdul Ghaffar Kukui emphasized on the significance of Ramadan and why youths must desist from all forms of crime.
ṣe rí ibi tí orúkọ pàtàkì dé ẹ rí pé níbi tó orúkọ pàtàkì dé àádẹ́ tó máa celebrate orúkọ ẹ rí pé a máa ń ṣe naming ceremony that is to show how important names are torúkọ ò bá ṣe pàtàkì a ò ní ṣe naming ceremony so débi pé lórí orúkọ lásán à á pa ẹran lórí orúkọ nìkan à á pe àwọn èèyàn lórí orúkọ à á dáná káwọn èèyàn wá bá wa jẹun.
The national coordinator of Pocacov, ACP Olabisi Okuwobi, says the forum is targeted at combating cultism and other vices in our society, particularly among the youths at the grassroots.
Well, the correlation between this is the fact that Pocacov is a non-kinetic policing initiative of the Nigeria Police Force being spearheaded by the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Egbetokun. The IGP believes that law enforcement alone cannot curb crimes in Nigeria, and that is why he came up with this initiative of preventive policing, which is about, talking about prevention that is better than cure. It's better for us to prevent criminalities from happening than for us to start looking for start looking for ways towards curbing our youth of criminality. So this is a non-kinetic policing, and for it to be organized during Ramadan, we believe that the worst felon will, as a Muslim, at times they respect this month of Ramadan. The month of Ramadan is seen as a holy month, whereby those who take to drugs stop taking drugs, those who perpetrate acts of criminality, they stop taking to crimes, and we just want to tell them, by the theme of the program, which is name, fame, and shame, and the consequences of hereafter, consequences of one's action in hereafter. It's just talking about people making informed choices about what they will do in this world that may make them to become either subjected to hellfire or al-Jannah when they die. So we're just telling them that whatever action they take in this life, either during Ramadan or after Ramadan, definitely there are consequences for it as human beings. So we're just telling them that as they're saying no to criminality during Ramadan, as they're saying no to cultism during Ramadan, as they're saying no to drug abuse and substance abuse, and that this no should transcend the time of Ramadan. Even after Ramadan, there should be no to criminality.
Let me first appreciate the Inspector General of Police, the National Coordinator of Pocacov, coming up with this very laudable initiative, looking at a second way of reducing crime in our society. Enough of arrest, enough of detention, enough of this, enough of so. When you take up an assignment and you look at alternative way of making things more slimless, then the society will embrace it. And that was what prepared the Jigbel CDA to have collaborated with Pocacov, trying to identify with police this time around to reduce criminality in our society. So I must thank the IGP and the Pocacov, as a body. We want to reiterate our commitment that we will continue to partner with them. We will continue to work with them as long as it has a very positive effect in the society. We will continue to identify. And to the youth, I want to appeal to them to please take this initiative as a way of rebuilding their life. There's no life that is not useful to the society. It depends on how much of consciousness you put into your life. Well, with this initiative, I want to believe that Nigerian society, Nigerian youth will go a long way. So it is commendable, and I want to believe that the police will come up with more programs to sustain this idea and make it more worthwhile.
Conclusively, attendees were strongly advised to desist from all forms of crimes and other vices.